Deciding two different ballot issues with the same name in less than 3 months can be confusing. That's why we're here to explain, or at least Todd is. Thanks for joining us at 5:30. I'm Mike Dardis.
And I'm Ashley Kirkland. On November 7th, Ohio voters will decide the future of an abortion issue called Issue 1. Well, just last month, a separate Issue 1 failed at the ballot box. WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes is live with more on the competing proposals that have put Ohio in the national spotlight here, Todd.
Yeah, Ashley and Mike, the politics of abortion are front and center for people working on both sides of the November version of Issue 1. Everyday Ohioans may not have tuned in just yet, but when they do, they may be confused as to why they're being asked to consider the fate of another proposal called Issue 1. A much debated special election last month in Ohio ended with the defeat of Issue 1, a measure proposed by lawmakers in Columbus to make it harder for citizens to change the state's constitution. Another Issue 1 involving reproductive rights will go before voters during the general election in November.
It is confusing, right?
Jen Perez is a pro-choice advocate with an organization called Red, Wine, and Blue.
I think this is intentional that Issue 1 is what we're facing here in November.
The November version of Issue 1 is a citizen-led, petition-fueled effort to add abortion protections to Ohio's Constitution.
And we've been having conversations since the spring, since March, where we were saying, step 1, sign the petition. Step 2, vote no in August. Step 3, vote yes in November.
It's basically been the reverse for anti-abortion activists.
We're hoping people will make the right decision and vote no on this.
Tom Brinkman is a former lawmaker who's now volunteering with the Cincinnati chapter of Right to Life. He knows abortion can be a lightning rod for controversy. That's one reason he thinks people in the pro-choice camp should have proposed a new statute or law instead of trying to change the state's constitution.
They're going for everything. They're going for everything in this amendment. Put it in the code and let there be some oversight by the legislature to tweak it.
But Perez says reproductive health care decisions should be made by families, their physician, and faith leaders when warranted.
Government really shouldn't be a part of that decision-making process.
Now, as the debate about November's version of Issue 1 intensifies, there are a few new wrinkles to consider. Just yesterday, Ohio's Supreme Court issued a ruling that impacts the actual ballot language. In a win for pro-life advocates, voters will see the phrase unborn child on the ballot instead of fetus, which was preferred by those in the pro-choice camp. Reporting live tonight, Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
Yeah, Todd, November's ballot is going to feature a lot of things for voters to consider. Not only is there Issue 1, but there's also recreational marijuana, a proposal for that on the ballot. How much time is left for people to register to cast a ballot?
Yeah, Ashley, you're absolutely right. There's going to be a lot for voters in different pockets of the state right here in Hamilton County to consider. The deadline for eligible Ohioans to register to vote is October 10th. So you want to mark your calendar about 3 weeks away. The very next day will mark the start of early in-person voting. Ashley?
All right, not a lot of time to prepare. Todd Dykes reporting live for us. Thanks so much, Todd.